What's up guys, how's it going, and welcome to the Minute channel. Today we're going to be talking about a different series that I haven't talked in a minute here in the channel, just basically because I've been focusing so much on Megaten and Persona, but it's the 20th anniversary of the Devil May Cry series, and it's actually one of my favorite series of all time. I seriously consider to put in this on the other channel, so if you don't know, I actually have a second channel called Kudos Game Room, where I basically just talk about other gaming things that are not Megaten or Persona stuff, content kind of stuff. But I figured this one does deserve to be here for a lot of different reasons, mainly because the reason why I know about Megaten and Persona is because of Devil May Cry. Let's go ahead and jump right into the video. Let's talk about my personal story with Shin Megami Tensei and Devil May Cry, and why I really love this series so much. Let's jump right into it. So a couple years ago, wow, almost like 16, 17 years ago, a long time ago, basically, guys. I'm old here. I moved into the United States, and I was just this new kid in the block. I didn't really know anybody. It was just me and my brother and a PlayStation 2, and we really just played games like Crash Bandicoot and Resident Evil games and that kind of stuff. And really, I was looking for something new. I really didn't have any friends. Like I said, I was new. I just was kind of trying to get more into gaming and everything. Somehow I got into a friendship with two brothers, but I'm not really gonna mention their names for just I don't really wanna bring up their own privacy or anything like that. But they were really cool guys. They loved gaming. They also had a PlayStation 2. We talked about Resident Evil all the time, and through our series of conversations and everything, Devil May Cry came out. I'm sorry, not came out, but came up in the conversation, and we're talking about, I think Devil May Cry 3 was just coming out. Like, it was like one of those things that was just literally in around the block coming out and everything. And I distinctly remember just having this conversation about Devil May Cry and how I seen about it, but I never really knew about it. And my friend was telling me, oh, you gotta play those games. They came from Resident Evil and everything. And I was like, yeah, that sounds pretty cool. I really wanna check them out. So I bought the very first game, and I played through it, and I fell in love with it. And somehow I skipped the second game because I believe the third game, like I mentioned before, was coming out, or it had just come out. So I played the third game, and I was in love. I think I played the third game, although I heard some people mention that it's hard. Honestly, growing up, I never really thought the games were hard. Like, I played them a lot, and I 100%ed. Like, I did it in every single difficulty. I played the games over and over again. Got the additional clothing and everything like that. So yeah, just invested a lot of time into the game. I really never, that was the first time that I was really into replaying games and unlocking everything. I just loved the idea of this demon hunter that is super quirky and funny and that kind of stuff. I don't know, Devil May Cry just resonated with me at the time as a teenager, and being a Resident Evil and horror fan, I just think it really went hand in hand with the other games that I already like Silent Hill and Resident Evil. But no, getting into the Shin Megami Tensei thing, funny enough, so one day I was just browsing Devil May Cry videos, because I really was into kind of seeing what else is out there, what else is into the Devil May Cry games. But at that point, I played all three of the games multiple times, and I see that Dante from Devil May Cry is in another game, a game that I could not even pronounce, Shin Megami Tensei 3 Nocturne. And at the time, I was like, why? First of all, why is this game has such a long ass name? But two, why is Dante there? I was really into finding out, trying to figure out what was going on with this game and everything. So I remember I watched the first boss battle between Dante and Demi-Fiend, and I just kind of stopped there. I was like, wow, this is a very different kind of game. This is not a shooter game, this is not an action game, this is an RPG. Now, mind you, at the time, my friends had also introduced me to other game series like the Dragon Quest, Tales of the Abyss. That's one of the games that I've also played. Xeno Saga. I was also a fan of Final Fantasy. So it's not to say that I was not into RPGs. I just didn't know that you could combine horror elements with an RPG game, because at the time most of the games in the sphere of like RPGs were either fantasy or more like futuristic space odyssey kind of things. Nothing really came on the horror type of games, and it really surprised me to see Dante and this like demon like other demons kind of like fighting each other and everything like that, which at the time that was like my impression of like Shin Megami Tensei. Again, like I was like basically a noob, I didn't know nothing about it or anything like that. So I shelved that idea. I was like, I'm gonna find this game and I'm gonna try to play it out, but I never really got a chance to. Frankly, I in the United States where I lived wasn't really like a big city or anything like that, so I didn't have like, there was like one, not even a GameStop. It was like Game Shark or something like that, or something. It wasn't GameStop. Eventually, I think it got bought out by GameStop or something like that. But at the time, like I had to drive maybe like 30 minutes to go to a gaming store and everything like that. You know, you could probably rent things like Blockbuster and that kind of stuff. But it wasn't like gaming was super big back then, right? And definitely not like a game like Shin Megami Tensei. So at the time, I was I just shelved the idea of finding a Nocturne. I was definitely gonna get back into trying to find it. I was just like, I need to figure out what's going on with all these games and everything. But going back to school, I was talking about Shin Megami Tensei and Devil May Cry and everything like that. And I met another friend who really later introduced me into Persona and the Shin Megami Tensei games again, and that's when I really got a chance to like jump into it and everything. But really, if I hadn't been a fan of Resident Evil and Devil May Cry, I would have never even known the Shin Megami Tensei games existed at all. It's just kind of interesting, I guess. I know a lot of people like kind of like separate like their hobbies, or like they're like really into RPGs or something like that, but always been into all kinds of different games, like horror games and like action games, RPGs. I like very different varied tastes in games and everything. So it was really cool to just kind of get into another new series, the Shin Megami Tensei series. Fast forward now, I'm a huge fan, and it's just kind of been an interesting development to see how everything has gone from back then up until now. It's just cool to see. Anyway, that's pretty much in today's kind of topic of Devil May Cry and Shin Megami Tensei. I just want to say congratulations to Devil May Cry for the 20th anniversary. They definitely do deserve everything that they are getting popularity wise and everything like that. They are really good games, and I've always been a fan of the hack and slash genre. But this series really sold it to me as more than just a hack and slash. Really like the story and the wackiness of how crazy these games can be and everything. I just really love it. I think this is a really good series. If you haven't already checked them out, the games are on sale all the time. In fact, you can play them on any console. I think they're on PS4 and PS5 and everything. So yeah, definitely check any of them out. Whether it's the fifth one or the fourth one or the third one or any of them. I think any game was gonna give you quite a bit of a good experience. Anyway, thank you so much for watching this, guys. Like and subscribe if you haven't already, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Bye bye.